Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio and the hobby hutch. Yeah, it's like getting into a nice cockpit of a fighter here. You got the prep area behind me, lots of documentaries, lots of great movies playing every day. It's my off season for my work, so I'm making good use of the time, progressing more projects, cranking out videos, stacking up more videos for the next couple months. I literally, figuratively speaking, I have enough work on these 4 shelves for the entire next year. So over here on the paint desk, I have more of my Romans. They're getting their finishing touches for the upcoming group game on Hail Caesar. In the paint booth, I'm doing some more builds of some more Romans that are cycling over here to the paint booth to get their base coat of white. And you know, I've got the top shelf over here on a top shelf. Unboxings, I've got kits up there I have not even cracked open yet. So this is kind of my mode of attack over the holidays. Starting this year, I have got into a mode where I'm going to be planning the entire next 12 months of projects, of videos, and content I'm going to bring here to the channel for you guys. And again, sharing my hobby. This is all about what I'm interested in, things that are that I'm being drawn towards, and as well as my interests. So Star Wars Legion coming. We've got Star Wars Legion, Clone Wars. I've got the entire starter box I have not even gotten to yet. A gift from my son for Christmas. I've got more Hail Caesar gonna cycle out, more Britons, more Gauls. February group game, Black Seas starter box up here, top shelf. Gonna start working on that, getting things going. So lots of exciting things coming in the months ahead. Now, some of the other things I worked on earlier today, the game table and the game hall. And this is my approach with my business, with things, with life, with raising kids, with whatever. It's problem solution, right? I go along until I run into a problem, and then I say, what's the solution? Then I do the solution. So with the gaming hall table, I have 4 6-foot tables stacked together. We're doing the cloth mats, as you know. And one of the things that has been happening with some of the test battles and things that I've been doing here is I've noticed that since the tables are rather slick on top, the mat tends to move if you hit it just right or you brush up against it. Also, the creases of the tables, of the 4 tables, the mat tends to settle down in those creases. It doesn't make it look very nice. And when you move your troops around, they have, especially in the very middle of the table, a 12-foot table, there's like a sinkhole where all 4 of the tables come together. So my solution is I have picked up a tip that I got from Little Wars TV. I noticed that they use the foam, half-inch foam underneath their game mats. They'll actually stick trees with pins. I'm not going to do that necessarily, but I thought, hey, that would give me a nice flat playing surface. It also give it some nice firmness and not be so slick, and it also help hold the mat in place and get rid of those creases. So that's what I've done this morning, getting that assembled, cut to size, inexpensive solution, and something that basically fixed the problem completely. The other issue that I've dealt with is if you bump the tables, you accidentally hit the legs of the tables with your feet as you're gaming or sitting around the gaming table, the tables can shift, right? So I went out to my barn. I have a ton of bungees, various sizes. I think these are the 6 to 8 inch heavy duty rubber bungees. That's all I use for my work, my projects, for things that I need. And literally bungeed all the tables together this way and this way. So if you move that table, it moves as one big 12-foot table. So that was something just, I saw the problem and I thought for a couple of days, how could I fix this? Bungee them all together. So that's what I did. That was a good solution, and the table is nice and firm now, ready to go for the January 23rd game. Now, as many of you know, follow my channel. The other topic we're going to discuss here on the studio update is the Warlord games, American Civil War, epic battles. I got tipped off that it was coming up. I got really excited. I got online. I looked at the kit. I ordered the kit. How is a 100,000 pound elephant in the room? So basically, life is a learning process, and I have learned something from this experience with this new epic battle system. Number one, I can get excited. I can say, hey, this is a new kit coming out. I'm excited about it. But I don't want to give the impression that, hey, run out and go buy this kit until I get the kit, or in this case, several days after I released my initial Epic Battles video, which has done very well. We're going on 3,000 views. I found out that there was going to be a test sprue coming with the Wargames Illustrated. I wished I had waited for that, but I'm kind of torn. If I had waited, if you go on their website now, those kits are all sold out. All their Epic Battles kits are sold out. If I'd waited too long and I wanted to get the kit, I couldn't have gotten it probably till mid to late summer, which is a huge deal. I have plenty of projects planned for this year, but I've learned to not get too hyped about it, get excited, but not really go too far with my excitement, because yesterday I got my Wargames Illustrated. It was the only thing that came in the mail that day. I was kind of excited. I went out, hey, it's the Wargames Illustrated. And I got back in. The first impression, I pulled it out of the mailbox. I was like, those seem awfully small. And any of you guys who watch all of my videos, if you watch all my videos, thank you. You can keep abreast of my thought process and where I'm going with this. And anyone that follows my channel knows I don't want to go smaller than 15 millimeter. Now, when this broke, we weren't sure. I had heard it's 15 millimeter. It's true scale 15 millimeter. So it was hook, line, and sinker. I got in there. I said, I better get this kit ordered because it's going to sell out like crazy, which it did. And then I got the test sprue, or the sample sprue. My first reaction, initial reaction, I'm not gonna exaggerate. I looked into the baggie and I said, oh, those look awfully small. This is nothing against, there's a ton of guys that love to play 10 millimeter, 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter. I think, did I say 10 millimeter? And what these really are, these are not 15 mil. They are 13.5, but they seem 10 millish to me just because they're dainty little figures. They're kind of skinny. They're all grouped together as one group, which initially I was excited about. But again, I think a lot of this was creative photography, the way that it was photographed, the way the painting tutorials were rolling out. I was getting really excited that, hey, this is something I'm going to have a lot of dudes to field on my new 12-foot table. And then I got them clipped, I got them base coated in gray, and I got this. All right, guys, this is just too small for my tastes. Once you get these two stands on one of those little plastic bases, they seem almost like little teeny little dainty little toys. And I thought, well, here's what I'll do. I'll custom cut some hardwood bases. That'll give them a little bit more weight, and I'll rank up 4 of these units on one base. That'll be the solution. Then they'll be chunkier. I can move around a little easier. But there's literally no way I'm going to use up that 12-foot board or table I'm gonna have to use half or less because these are so small. Okay, so here's the end analysis. I stuck the sprue over into my sprue graveyard over here from sprues I've gotten from Wargames Illustrated. I just have never gotten to. The money's already been spent, so the kit is going to come. I'm not going to pester Wargames or Warlord Games to credit me money back or give me some kind of credit. La la la. I'm going to just let the kit come. I'm going to keep it in its plastic, and anyone that comes to the studio who wants it, or anyone who watches this video who wants the kit, we'll talk. Send me a private message, okay? It's just too small for me, guys. And this is, like I said, I'm not knocking guys who like the small scales. If you have a small area, you have just a small table to put up temporarily to play games on, as I've said in other videos, that's what the small scales are really for. Literally, these are so small, guys. You could play these on a coffee table, okay? No wonder you get it looks like you get so much because they're so small. I'm not gonna wade into it. The posts I put up yesterday in my Facebook group, I pulled down because I'm just not gonna stir the pot. It is what it is. Here's what I will say positive. The detail in the castings are very good. There's literally no mold lines except for the very end of the ranks where they've attached to the sprue. A little bit of cleanup there and these things are ready to paint. I just can't see, even with my insane detail brush for my army painter brush, as you can see, I did paint some of them. I started with some khaki. I painted some of the bedrolls with German gray, and as I started painting them more and I started seeing the details, the little daggers, you know, the beards, how the guy that did the painting tutorials for these, I got it, my hat's off to him because he was painting the beards and everything. Like, come on. I would have to get and I do have a magnifier here. I'm not doing it. That's just too much. It's too much. Look, if I'm not enjoying what I'm painting and building, I'm not doing it. Okay, this isn't about drudgery. What I've loved about these Hail Caesar minis is the detail is so good. The casts are excellent. The pewters to the plastics, they've been fun to paint, right? So that's where I'm at. So where's the future of American Civil War here on my channel? And it dawned on me too yesterday. The other revelation I had was this. I've got a 12-foot table now. I'm not dealing with a 6x6 table or a 6x4 table. I've got this nice 12-foot table. Yes, I will still play Battle Group Flames of War 15 mil. That scale is really more between 18 mil to 20 mil. My American War of Independence 15 mils are really 18 to 20 mil. That's what I'm comfortable with. Those were actually, my American War of Independence was actually fun to paint. It took a while because of my other activities and the fact that I had two entire armies to build, cavalry, artillery, the whole works. But they were fun to paint. The details are really good on the models. The details are good on these models also. The castings are good, like I said. It's just too small. It's too much. I don't want to get in a situation where I'm just painting all the coats one color, all the pants one color, the hats, putting some brown on the muskets or the carbines or whatever, and rebasing them on custom bases, and really not being happy with them. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Look, if you guys like these models, go for it. Like I said, this scale is small enough, like 6 mil or 10 mil, you could literally put a mat on your coffee table while you're playing video games or whatever, watching a movie, and you can sit around your coffee table in your family room or living room and play this game, because it's small enough you could fit an entire battle on a coffee table. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not here to preach what everyone should do. I'm just saying, for me, I'll be 56 in May. I've only got so much eye life left. That's why I've invested a lot of money in lighting in my new studio to not strain my eyes. I will do like my Hail Caesar project. I do these in bursts. I'll come down, I'll paint 2 or 3 colors. I'll take a break, watch a documentary, or build some more Romans or whatever. So I'm not straining my eyes too much. I try to break this up to preserve my eyesight. So that's kind of where I'm at. So back to my original point. American Civil War, big 12-foot table, 28 mil, right? 28 mil. I'm going to go 28 mil with my American Civil War. It's going to be more expensive. I'm going to stick with a lot of the Perry plastics, any of the pewters I can get my hands on for Perry. I'm going to also, I'll look at the Victor, I'll look at everything that's out there, and if they make sense and I can incorporate them into my army plan, that's the route I'm going to go with American Civil War. I really find myself gravitating more towards 25, 28 mil. They're more detailed, more fun to paint in the long run, and like I said, I've got that big table. I can certainly play 2 regiments versus 2 regiments easily, and flesh out the battlefield. The other issue with these smaller scales is I've got 15 mil stuff, and I'm building on my 28 mil stuff moving forward in terms of my trees, my buildings, etc. It's going to be a lot easier for me to stick with 2 scales, and I'm going to be looking at a premium of space once my new display cabinets come in. I end up replacing some of these old shelving kits and things with new, more efficient shelving kits for more stuff. I'm still going to be fighting storage, so I've already planned on new shelving going out to the barn where I'm going to, or my workshop rather, that's climate controlled. I will be able to put things in bins and label the bins and keep a lot of the stuff out there nice and organized so that it's not building up down here. I don't want this to become a clutter zone down here. So yeah, and yeah, I do N-scale train layout, but that's a one-time thing, and then it's running the trains and maintaining the track, and occasionally cleaning the layout with dust, etc. The small scales, I'm just staying away from. Right, I'm just not doing it. I'm focusing on. There's only 2 scales I will model: 15 mil, which is actually a little bit bigger than 15 mil, and really 25, 28 mil. Skirmish games to mass battle games. I will be building on Hail Caesar armies in the future. We're talking Macedonians, Egyptian army. I'd like to do is on my radar for the future, etc. You know, Greeks. I really like this rule set. It's very entertaining rule set, and I like them. I love the models. The model kits are fun to build. All right, so leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel. I'm not going to say I'm sorry, because I just went along with this thinking, hey, they're probably going to be kind of close to Old Glory. My Old Glory AWI, and when I got those yesterday, my heart sank, and I just shook my head. I said, "This just isn't going to be for me. It's going to be like wading into a swamp, and I'm going to get stuck, and I'm just going to regret it. So I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to keep the kit unopened, and if someone could take benefit from the kit and have it, fine. If not, I guess it'll." I'll sit here in the studio until eventually someone will come and say, hey, does someone want this kit? Because if I can't resell it, I'll just give it away. I don't even care at this point. So yeah, so hit like, hit subscribe, get over on my Facebook group, Alan Smith Hobby and Wargames, putting stuff up there every day. Even the things I worked on my table this morning, I'm always taking snaps with my cell phone, throwing them up, trying to share the encounters in the hobby that I run into. And like I said, hey, life is a learning experience. Every day I learn something new, and everyone's going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to have missteps,
and go a direction and say, oh, I didn't really want to go this direction. The important thing is that you learn, you correct, you refocus and move forward. And don't say, oh, I'm just going to just stop, I feel like I just got screwed. Look, it is what it is. Thanks for watching today, guys. I hope the content is helpful to you as a hobbyist, knowing, hey, we're in this together. We all do the same kinds of things, and maybe I can keep you out of some pitfalls, or maybe going in a direction so you can avoid mistakes I've made. So yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video.